But this win doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Yes, you own Mexico. Fantastic.
Henry Martin? What? What?
I think a lot of L3 fans are starting to accept the reality. The talent is not there anymore. Another Concacaf Nations League for the United States. Doesn't mean anything? Absolutely not. But what it does prove, once again, is the quality and the gap between the two teams is only getting greater and greater and greater, which is a good thing for the USA. And if you're a Mexican fan, terrible, horrible. Es muy triste. It is just so sad to see the state of Mexican football right now. Once, the dominant force of CONCACAF football, looking like nothing could touch them. Nothing. Nothing could destroy it. And it has destroyed itself. But we'll get into Mexico in a second. I want to start with the USA. Remember, people, give your thoughts in the comments down below. You can talk about the game last night, but I want to know your thoughts. What is your opinion of the United States and Mexico heading into the Copa America? Because the United States is hosting it. And of course, these two teams will be hosting the World Cup in 2026 alongside Canada. And I think the USA, it wasn't their greatest game, but they just know they got Mexico on lock here. Absolutely on lock. It's like the ankle lock from Kurt Angle in WWE. You're not getting out of it. And that is the usmnt right now against Mexico. Because the last time Mexico beat the United States in a competitive game was 1-0 Gold Cup in 2019. Do I need to tell you who was starting in that lineup for the United States? Josie Altidore, Jordan Morris, Zach Steffen, Long, Miazga, Cannon. These were the sort of names that were starting for the United States in 2019. Now look at yesterday's lineup. You had Anthony Robertson, who I think, say what you want, I think he's the best player for the United States. I think he's been absolutely amazing for Fulham, and it looks like he might be getting a move this summer. Giovanni Reina, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie. It just shows you the quality, and when the United States and Greg Berhalter specifically look at the talent in Europe, it is so much greater than the MLS talent. There's no debate. Anybody with a footballing brain would have realized that about a year, 2, 3 years ago. All of these players, from Serginho Dest to Chris Richards to Tim Ream. Yes, Matt Turner's had a difficult season, but I think he's still a good goalkeeper, and he's definitely the number one goalkeeper for the United States. But this win doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Yes, you own Mexico. Fantastic. Fantastic. You need to prove it at the Copa America. And you know what you have in the Copa America is Uruguay in your group. Go beat them. Go beat them. When was the last time you could say USA had a significant big victory over a top team? It's been a while. It's been a very long time. So the United States, if they want to get respect from Europe and CONMEBOL, they got to beat one of the big boys. Whether it's Argentina, Brazil, or Uruguay. Even Colombia, because they're on fire right now. But it just shows you the quality that the United States have is so good. I mean, yes, some people could say, oh, you guys overrate them, you overrate them. Giovanni Reina, when he gets his club situation sorted, because it is a mess. Basically, it's keeping up with the Reinas, part 2. I mean, he cannot find a club where guaranteed starter and he can show his quality. Giovanni Reina in these 2 games against Jamaica and Mexico shows that he is the most talented footballer on that team. Christian Pulisic might be the best player. Giovanni Reina is the most talented player, and I think he's a baller. But again, I think a lot of questions will emerge heading into the Copa America, and obviously we'll be talking a lot about it heading into the Copa America. The United States need to find a striker to take that spot. Haji Wright, Ricardo Pepi, Balogun, one of those 3 guys got to say, this is my spot. It's going to be difficult because there's going to be 1 or 2 games before the Copa America for friendly, and then you got your first game. So who's going to take that spot? Haji Wright did well against Jamaica, getting the 2 goals. Balogun, very difficult season with Monaco. But other than that, I think the United States got everything on lock. They got the fullbacks. They got a great midfield. It's just about the striker. If they can get the striker situation sorted, the USA can definitely make a run at the Copa America. It's gonna come down to Greg Berhalter. When you're going up against a Scaloni, a Bielsa, you have to have on point in-game management. It has to be on point. I don't rate the manager whatsoever. He should be gone. He should have been gone after that World Cup. But I will say this. He definitely has CONCACAF in his pocket. He's got the keys to the usmnt, and he's got the keys to CONCACAF. Now, Greg, can you do it against CONMEBOL teams? Well, we'll see in the summer, and People, let me know your thoughts. Should the USA realistically look at a semifinal run in the Copa America, or should they take it game by game? And what is your expectations if you're American? Because now let's get to Mexico. Because Mexico are... Wait, give me a second, people. Look, you see this, right? This is the new kit. It is a beautiful kit, right? Beautiful kit. They should not be wearing this kit. They don't deserve it. They don't. They don't deserve this kit. This kit is made for Rafa Marquez. This kit is made for Giovanni Dos Santos, who, yeah, man, I had the greatest career. Still Giovanni Dos Santos. Chicharito, Carlos Vela, Hugo Sanchez. Henry Martin? What? Look, I'm not Mexican. I've always had a great appreciation for Mexican football because I know how passionate the people are. They want their team to do well. But we just keep seeing every single year. It gets worse, more corruption, it gets worse. Televisa trying to get involved in this whole corrupt situation. It's sad. It's sad. The best thing for Concacaf is have 3 great teams that can compete against the rest of the world. Canada should have been one of them, but they decided, hey, we don't want to do it because, we don't want to spend money. The USMNT are trying to get to that situation, and Mexico, who were dominant for Concacaf for God knows how, so long, are just fading away. And now, it's basically, they're like Gollum in Lord of the Rings, and they're just trying to get their precious back, but they can't. They can't get it. So, El3 are in a crazy bad situation. And heading into this Copa America, do they have the most difficult group? No, it's a very balanced group with Venezuela, Ecuador, and Jamaica. But you cannot be confident if you're Mexican. You can't. And again, it's... You can talk about tactics, and you can talk about Jaime Lozano, and you can talk about, oh, is he really that great of a manager? Yeah, okay, he might not be the best of managers that Mexico have produced. What about the players? Antuna? Chucky Lozano, I rewatched the game today, because obviously it was at 3 a.m. in the morning for me. I'm not going to wake up that. Unless it was a Copa America final, I'm definitely waking up for that. Chucky Lozano is... the guy has no confidence. He's not. And if he's starting for El Tri at the Copa America, obviously Quiñones, big miss. I think he's going to be a huge part for Mexico in this Copa America. So Quiñones needs to be healthy. But if you're relying on Chucky Lozano, I don't know what to tell you. Like, the only positive I can say is Alvarez, because he shows that he has quality. But Sanchez right back, no, man. He was getting cooked. It's not good enough. Like, yes, you have 2 good center backs in Montes and Vasquez, but it's just the midfield has no quality. We went from Jonathan Dos Santos, Andreas Cuadrado, Hector Herrera, to Chavez. Like, okay, yeah, Chavez. Great free kick in the World Cup. Provide something. You got to go toe-to-toe with American midfield of Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, and Giovanni Reina. And Giovanni Reina was just doing spinneroonies like he's Booker T. Can you see me? That's what he was doing. Can you see me? Like, no, like, this is the biggest issue for Mexico. And I think a lot of El Tri fans are starting to accept the reality. The talent is not there anymore. It's not there. And I think when they go up against the USMNT specifically, they already have that defeated mentality that they know, we're not going to win this game. It's already over before it started. If you're Mexican, you can't have that mentality against your biggest rivals. But that's what it seems like whenever they now enter the same field as the USA. Curtains. They just accept the L, they accept the 2-0, and they go back to Mexico. I was worried for Mexico heading into this Copa America, and it's just getting more worrisome and more worrisome. Yes, okay, they might win the group, or they might get out of the group. Mexico are not making the semifinals of a Copa America. If they do, I'll eat my words. I'll happily eat my words and say, you know what? This is the best thing for Mexican football. But they're just showing nothing. How you are not... Like, I get it. Santi Jimenez has not been the greatest for El Tri. Start the dude. Start him. You have to understand, if you're a federation and if you're fans, it's better that he does now badly in these Nations League, Copa America, that when it gets to the World Cup, he will find some form for the national team and he will be the main guy. But if you're just going to keep him on the bench and start Henry Martin, I don't know what to tell you. Henry Martin is average at best. And I'm being kind here. Average at best. So there are a lot of issues for Mexico, and we know the whole situation with corruption in the FA and not producing enough talent, not enough talent going to Europe and actually flourishing compared to the United States. It's a bad situation for Mexico. I hope it gets better, but if I'm going to be realistically honest and watch it from the outside, like I don't know everything within the Mexican FA and all the corruption and all that sort of stuff. But from the outside, it's not looking good. And if they don't fix that, they're going to fade away. And then they're just going to look at the USMNT and be like, that should be us. But people, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What is the biggest problem for Mexican football right now? Is it the corruption? Is the lack of quality within the team? You can say the manager. What are your thoughts heading into this Copa America? Has anything changed after this Nations League? Or do you still think Greg Berhalter is a PE teacher? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Remember to download SofaScore. Link is in the description down below. Have a beautiful day. And of course, we're going to bring a lot of Copa America content in the next couple months heading into the Copa America. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time. Adios.